In a world that seems increasingly chaotic and divided, the stage seems set for figures of profound influence and power to emerge. Today, we find ourselves at a crossroads, witnessing global events that many have interpreted through the lens of biblical prophecy, particularly the rise of the Antichrist. This narrative is not just a relic of ancient scripture, but resonates with the unfolding dramas of our current geopolitical landscape. The Bible speaks of the Antichrist as a figure of deception, wielding political power and leading many astray, as outlined in various scriptures such as 2 Thessalonians 2:3-4 and Revelation 13:1-8. These passages describe a leader who opposes Christ, exalting himself above all that is worshipped and deceiving the inhabitants of the earth. Drawing parallels to our times, we see a world rife with conflict, environmental crises, and a relentless quest for power. The recent escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the pervasive impact of climate change, the intensification of the space race, and the dramatic political shifts in regions like Sudan and Nagorno-Karabakh echo the turmoil prophesied in biblical texts. Consider the conflict in Gaza, where humanitarian crises and political tensions escalate, or the environmental catastrophe threatened by a sunken ship in the Red Sea. Meanwhile, political turmoil unfolds across the globe, from the potential impeachment proceedings against a U.S. government official to the contentious comments by former President Trump on NATO. Such events might be seen as the kind of disorder from which a unifying, albeit deceptive, figure could rise. The surge in space exploration activities, with nations and private companies vying for celestial dominance, also mirrors the biblical warnings of hubris and the quest for power that knows no bounds. The Earth's environmental woes, including wildfires, climate activism, and the pressing threat of biodiversity loss, further exacerbate global instability. Moreover, the demographic shift with India surpassing China as the world's most populous nation not only signifies a monumental change in global dynamics, but also reflects the fluid and unpredictable nature of geopolitical power. The seizure of Nagorno-Karabakh by Azerbaijan and the ensuing humanitarian crisis highlight the ongoing strife and displacement that could easily fuel the rise of charismatic, yet malevolent, leaders promising peace and stability. In Sudan, a hoped-for transition to democracy has devolved into civil war, illustrating the fragility of peace and the ease with which conflicts can erupt, further contributing to the chaotic backdrop from which a figure like the Antichrist could emerge. In analyzing these events through the lens of biblical prophecy, we must ask ourselves, are we witnessing the precursors to the rise of the Antichrist? While interpretations vary widely, the convergence of political unrest, environmental crises, and humanity's endless pursuit of power and dominance certainly seems to echo the ancient warnings of a world primed for deception and conflict. As we navigate these tumultuous times, it's crucial to remain vigilant, discerning, and anchored in faith, recognizing that while prophecy may offer a lens, the future remains unwritten. Our response to these challenges, both as individuals and as a global community, will shape the path ahead.